Hi guys, welcome back to my channel one more time. So today I'm doing an update video, so a life update, just giving you guys like a rerun of what's happened the past few months. So I was not going to post this video because I've had it actually sitting done, edited for a few weeks, and I was like not going to post it because I didn't 100% feel the same way I felt whenever I was talking about, which I'm going to tell you guys, I guess, just what it was about, the baby daddy situation. I don't feel like that anymore. And so I filmed it on a day that I was just really in my feelings about it. And I mean, I had slept on it before I talked about it, so it wasn't like a lot of anger. It was just more telling you guys about how I feel and about the situation that was going on and stuff like that. So I just want to say that I'm okay. So whenever you guys get to the end of this video, I am doing fine. The kids are doing great, and I decided to post the update because I liked the first half of it, and then thankfully the camera cut me off on the second half, so I couldn't keep talking. But I also wanted to show you guys realistically, because you guys know my channel is all about being real and honest and, you know, transparent and true to you guys. I usually try to sleep on it a little bit more than what I did that day, and not talk so much about what I feel. I try to do more like factual things, and I'll tell you how I feel if it involves 100% me, if it's all just about me and everything like that. But when it comes to like my kids and the whole baby daddy situation, I try to just stay like very factual and very like on the surface of things, but I go a little bit deeper at the last half of this video about it. So I have decided to upload the video, and so I'm filming an intro for you guys. I just want to let you guys know I'm doing a lot better. The situation hasn't gone anywhere really. If you guys want to watch me get ready and talk a little bit more about where I am in life, because I know a few months ago I was telling you guys that I had quit my job. I was kind of doing a 360 and everything. So if you guys want to hear a little bit more about where I'm at after that whole move, because I haven't really kept you guys in the loop, then definitely just keep watching. Thanks guys. Okay guys, so we're gonna jump right into it. I've already primed my face. Jesus Christ, I just flung that everywhere. I have primed my face with this NYX Plump Right Back, which I've been really liking this. I really like the way it makes my skin feel, especially if you have like dry skin. I think it works really, really well. I have combination skin, so my skin is like drier, on the drier side in the mornings whenever I first wash my face, and then throughout the day it gets oily. And so to combat the oil, I love to use a matte primer as well. So I like to use this one by e.l.f. It's their matte putty primer. It's such a gloomy day outside today. It's been raining all day. I just want to do like a quick glam. I want to feel somewhat put together, and then maybe take some cute like pictures. I don't know. I am sipping on this Alani Energy. It's the Cosmic Stardust one. It's so good. I feel like they're so yummy for only like 10 calories. I do have a little bit of a tan right now. I actually used a new tanner because I went to my Walgreens and I love the Bondi Sands one. They were all sold out at my local Walgreens. So I went to Walmart and tried, I was actually looking for my second favorite, which I think it's by Jergens, and I really like their self tanner too. But Walmart didn't have any, like they had the dark, I needed like the darkest that they had, but they didn't have it. So I went with this one, which at that point I was like, it is what it is. And this is I Want the Darkest Tan Possible by B Tan. It's like a Walmart brand, and it's alright. It's not my favorite. I'm honestly gonna return this because it wasn't expensive. It was like $12, but I have it on right now, and it's just like really patchy. It's $12. I feel like there's better, like the Jergens one that works way better, and it's like around the same price as this one. And it's an hour like express tan type of thing, and if I put this on for an hour, that would have done nothing. I literally kept mine on for all night, and I washed it off in the morning, and then I feel like it got darker as I wore it more like throughout the day. But if I would have washed it off after like an hour, I don't think it would have done much for me. I just like the way I look with a little bit of a tan. In the summer, I don't necessarily need it because I love being in the sun, and the sun gives me that like bronzy look. But throughout the winter, throughout the spring, I like to, you know, of course, wear it. So anyways, I wanted to tell you guys that. So I wanted to update you guys on my life because I felt like it's been a hot minute. You guys have always been there with me throughout this time that I'm kind of going through. And I figured, you know, why not give you guys a little update while I'm doing my quick little soft glam. I'm probably not going to talk to you guys a lot about the makeup that I'm doing. So less about the makeup, more about what's going on in my life. So first of all, you guys are probably wondering about like my job situation. Maybe you're not, maybe you are, I don't know. But if you guys are new to my channel, hi, I'm Leslie. I feel like everyone says that. And I quit my full-time job that I worked at for like 4 years a few months ago, like last year. It's been a while now. I didn't think I was ever gonna quit that job, but I just got into this like place where I just didn't want to be at, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna quit. It was the craziest thing that I possibly have done career-wise. I was like, I'm quitting, I'm starting over. And everyone was like, Leslie, like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to do that? And I'm like, you know what, like, at the end of the day, I'm not happy. So I quit my job, and I was like on a quest to find a new job, but honestly it was so hard because I feel like everyone's hiring, but like they weren't hiring, if that makes any sense. I wouldn't get calls back. I like tried all the like Indeeds and stuff like that. So for a little bit I worked at a pet store, which of course is was definitely not like my go-to. Never like loved animals. Like I love animals, but I've never like, I'm not like puppies or like, you know, I'm not like a big animal person. But I was like, you know what, a job is a job, and I'm thankful for it. My biggest quote in life has always been like, God is gonna humble you, and it's so hard to look at your life sometimes and be like, I'm being humbled at this very moment, because sometimes we feel like we're invincible. We feel like, you know, like, oh yeah, life is going our way, and I've always told myself like, just be prepared for like the worst. Stop being so comfortable and realize that, you know, like anything can happen. So I felt like I was going through like a moment in my life where I was just being like humbled, if that makes any sense. So I started working at a pet store, and then the pet store wasn't like terrible. I just felt like it was a lot of unnecessary things that happened there, and it wasn't my favorite. And I'm like, you know what, like sometimes I'm like, what am I doing here? There was days where I'm like, I don't think I can do this. Like, you think that working at a pet store is easy, but girl, I'm like, this is stressful. So I was just like, whatever. Eventually I was like, it's time for me to quit this. So I did, and that's kind of where I left you guys off in, like wherever I quit my job and was kind of looking, but I never really updated you guys on anything else in my life, and so I was just like, whatever. And also I just didn't want to update you guys like on temporary things, because I knew the spot where I was at like in between jobs and stuff, I knew it wasn't gonna last very long, and I feel like the people that I was working for, they knew that. So it was like, you know, I just didn't want to update you guys on something and then be like, oh, and then, you know, I quit and stuff like that without having like an actual like plan and stuff. So after the pet store and stuff, I ended up actually falling in love with a lot of animals there, because they had like snakes, and they had like scorpions, and like tarantulas, and of course like puppies and stuff like that. So I started to learn more about animals, and I started to fall in love with them, because people would come in there and talk to me about their pets, and it was like the cutest thing. So I got a hamster, as you guys saw, and then I got Jax, as you guys saw that as well, which is my Chihuahua Terrier mix. Not from the pet store, but I ended up getting him from like somebody I ended up knowing there. And so I did that, and we added a new family member from like this whole experience, because I always feel like everything happens for a reason, and whatever that reason is maybe like meeting a certain somebody, or, you know, just learning new things, being humbled, whatever that is. Like, there's a reason for every single thing in your life. And so I was like always like, what is the reason for this? And we ended up getting another puppy, and his name is, that's Leah. His name is Goldie, and he is a Morkie. So he's a Maltese and Yorkie mix. We got him at like he was like 4 months old. I'm obsessed with him. We got him actually for Leah's birthday, which just recently passed. Her birthday was April 11th, and we got him like, I think like the end of March is when we got him. So we got him for Leah's birthday, and they are so good together. Leah and him are attached to the hip, and I didn't think Leah had it in her to be like that responsible. She just turned 7 years old, so I was like, maybe I'm making a mistake by like getting a puppy for her because I didn't know if she had it in her or not. But they are so good together. I'm very proud of her, and she has shown me that she can take care of this puppy, and she takes him out most mornings and like feeds him. Like she'll take him out throughout the day. She'll make sure like he's good. She'll help me give him baths. Like, and I thought for a little bit, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to show him to my YouTube fam because I wasn't sure if it was going to be like a good match in case, you know, if anything did happen, you know, it wasn't a good match with Jax or with like the kids or anything like that. But they worked out so well, and I'm so happy for Aaliyah. I'm so happy that it all ended up working out and that I can finally come on here and be like, okay, I think we have it all figured out now. Potty training is going pretty good with Goldie, and Jax just got fixed, so we are doing amazing things here. If you guys are wondering about Hammy, which is the hamster that I have, he's doing great. He's actually back there in his little habitat right now, and so everyone has been doing amazing, and I'm so happy. So then I of course decided to, you know, be like, okay, this is like the end of this chapter of me working at a pet store. So I put my 2 weeks in. I was like, you know what, like this is crazy because I don't have a backup plan and I'm kind of scared. But thankfully I got an offer to work for a company as a supervisor, which is like a manager position. They call them like supervisors, but it's like a manager. So I got an offer. I went through like a few different interviews, and I just felt really good about it from the beginning. And I was like, I'm always amazed by like what God can do for you, because I swear guys, like I put my 2 weeks in. I didn't tell my family anything, like my mom or my sister or anything, because I was kind of like, I just didn't want them to worry about like financing. And of course I had just got a new puppy. I have 2 dogs, the hamster, 2 kids, so I just didn't want them to worry about like anything, even though, you know, I was a little worried about it. But at the end of the day I was like, I'm gonna figure it out. Like everything in my life I figured out with God's help. So I ended up getting an offer, went through like the interviews that I went through, and then got a job as like a manager, they call it supervisor. And so far it's been going so good. I also didn't just want to hop on here and just be like, oh, I got a new job. I've actually been working here for like a month now, so I'm actually so excited and happy for it. It's definitely different, but I feel so much more at peace. Like I know what I'm doing because I'm a merchandising supervisor, so I just kind of like push freight. I like make sure the store looks good. I run, like help run the store. It's kind of like what I was doing for my other job before I quit that one. So I felt so much better at my job, and everything's working out super smoothly, super good, and I can't complain. So I feel like I'm at a place now where I feel more at ease. There's Goldie. There's Goldie. I knew that I was in a place in my life where I was able to do all that stuff. And I know, unfortunately, not everyone... Hi, Jaxie. Careful. Don't carry him like that. I know not everyone is in that place where they can just up and leave a job that's miserable. I know there's lots of people right now that are trying to leave a job and they can't, but I was in a place where I could do that, where I was just like, okay, I can leave this place right now and, you know, still have a roof under my head and you know, food in my kids' belly and stuff like that. So I was able to do that, thankfully, because of my family and, you know, the situations that I was in. So I was just like very, guys, don't start fighting. They still fight all the time. Guys, stop. Leah, can I drop the dogs off over here?
Did they tear up your bed?
No, we did.
How?
Whenever we slept on it without a cover. But anyways, so I'm in a good spot, and I feel like I am able to talk about it now, because for a little bit I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I hope everything is going good for you guys, and I hope at the end of the day, no matter the situation, I hope you know that you got this, that God's got you, and that you're gonna figure it out. Sometimes we have to leave situations where we're not appreciated, where, you know, we're being bogged down, where it's just not working out. No matter how good you get paid, no matter where you are in life, like sometimes you just have to do it. And it can be the hardest thing, the scariest thing that you go through, but sometimes it's the most rewarding at the end of the day. I am now in a team that appreciates me, that, you know, needs me, that doesn't devalue me, doesn't treat me any type of way. So I'm very thankful for that. As long as you're working hard, there's always going to be a way to make money. There's always going to be a way to, you know, help yourself out. So as long as you don't give up, as long as you're a hard worker, it's all gonna work out. So girl, it's gonna be fine. Look at me, okay? Guys, I really like this like orange. I know it looks a little bit too orange on the camera. I don't think it looks like that in real life, but I don't know. Maybe it does look that orange in real life. I just like pack it on. And if you guys are wondering what blush this is the Juvia's Place blush. I don't know how to say that word, but it's the volume 1 palette that I showed you guys last time, which I've really been loving. They're just super pigmented, so you gotta be really careful with them. Anyways, guys, we're actually gonna take Aaliyah out of dance soon after her like first recital, so I think that's what they call it. She's just not vibing with it, and I'm thinking maybe she just needs something different. I don't know, maybe it's the environment that she's in. So we're gonna take her out of dance, maybe put her into like a gymnastics class or something else, something different, because she's something, yeah, I don't know, maybe still in dance if that's what she wants to do. She's been doing it for I think a year now, and I just haven't seen like a special spark in her, and so I'm like, you know what, we're not gonna do it anymore, because if she's just not feeling it, then she's just not feeling it. You know, I can't force her to do stuff.
Probably when it hits like May, you're gonna like probably get me out of there.
Yeah. So after her first recital, I think we're just going to back off the dance. I don't know. Maybe I'll just try like just sports from like school. So like maybe like soccer or like, I don't know. No.
I don't like that. It's too hard and I get hit a lot. Like,
I don't know, guys.
This ball, and it's like a soccer ball. People kick it, and like they say, "Elliot, catch it." I say, "Okay." I catch it. It just flies right into my face and it falls backwards.
You're funny, Aaliyah. But Leah has been doing amazing. Her birthday just passed, and we just did like a simple birthday for her, just like with friends. All she asked for was to hang out with like one of our best friends, which is her aunt. We call her aunt, and her uncle.
Oh, and guys, yesterday we had some dance party. So my mom took me and my cousin and my brother, and we all had fun. And I saw my friend. Her name is Camila, and I saw another friend from my school that is my friend, and her name is Landy. So I'm like, hi. So I go to ask my mom if I can play with Camila. Then we find Landy and we start playing with her. What the heck, Mommy? What the heck is that?
They're spider webs. There's lots of them. I wonder what spiders are creating them. Anthony, we just got him into karate. He's been doing it for a few weeks now, and he's loving it. The baby daddy situation, just for a little bit, was just kind of like not there, which I really at that point was just okay with, because I'm like, my son's gonna be 10 years old. Leah just turned 7, so I was like, and if you guys are wondering, I have the same baby daddy for both of my kids. For a little bit, I was like, it's better if he just leaves us alone and doesn't say anything instead of like coming in and out of their lives. And for a long time, I was like really just trying to get him to be a dad, and I was just trying to like push a relationship with him and his kids, and he always took it the wrong way. He always was like trying to play the victim. In his eyes, he was never trying to play the victim. He just wanted to like me to know like what kind of situation he was in. And I'm like, you know what, I'm just done trying. Like, I was just so tired of trying to build something that was clearly not happening. So my kids, I'm very open with them and their situation with their dad. I don't talk smack on their dad. They just know the facts of why, like, what's going on with their dad, why their dad isn't in their life. And my kids are very good kids. They're very resilient, very understanding kids. I feel like if you do talk to your children about things, sometimes it's better than not talking to your children about things, because then they like make up things in their head and they hear like from people or like, you know, things like that. So I feel like sometimes talking to your kids about what's going on in your life, in their lives, is super vital and important for them, because their kids are smart as hell. I think we treat kids like they're dumb or like they don't have the capacity to do certain things, and I'm like, they're literally the smartest. I'm very open with my kids, and a few months ago I caught my son, because he does have a phone, caught him messaging his dad on TikTok, and his dad was like, I've been trying to talk to you, I've been trying to like get a hold of you, and I'm like, in my head I'm like, no you haven't, like you haven't cared for these children forever. I was more upset at their dad than anything, but of course I decided to not even say anything, because I'm like, at the end of the day I don't want drama. So I asked Tony, I'm like, hey, like, do you want to talk to your dad? Because if you do, I can give you his number, and then maybe you guys can communicate then and there. And I was thinking, you know, for just the benefit of my children, I was going to let them talk through like Anthony's phone and stuff like that. I think to some point that's like okay, but then I'm like over here thinking that you should be able to communicate with the mother of your children about the children. I'm telling you, there's absolutely no feelings for him there. Like 10 years, we've been done for like 4 or 5 years. So I'm just like, I don't feel anything for you. I really don't care about anything else but my children and like their well-being. That's literally all I care about. So for somebody to not understand that and always make it about something else, and I don't know, it's just like so annoying, the fact that some people are so damn old and still can't freaking act right. I always try to not talk about their dad, because it's their dad, first of all, and people take it as like me being a bitter baby mama, or like I'm being bitter, or some people just expect me not to talk about it because it's, you know, their family member or their friend and stuff like that. But I'm like, no, at some point we have to realize people are crappy. Like, just because they're good friends, just because they're amazing people sometimes to other people, they can be shitty parents. And I think that's where I get so annoyed at, because I'm like, yeah, you can be a good person, but it's like you're a shitty parent, and that to me is like the worst thing in the planet. Like, why would I want to be a shitty parent but a good person to people? I just will never understand that. Excuse my language, but you know, I get really passionate about these things. So back on track to what I was saying. I talked to Anthony about talking to his dad, because I knew like the boy needs his dad, the girl needs her dad. I gave him his dad's phone number like a few months ago, and me being an adult contacted his dad and was like, hey, I gave Anthony your number, but these are the rules, because I do have rules for Anthony for his phone. Like, he doesn't just get a phone and then that's it. He has to turn it off as soon as he gets to school, and he cannot have it on during school at all. He can start using it whenever he gets home, and the phone is off limits after 8:30 p.m. throughout the week. So I like let his dad know all of this, like, hey, like, I gave him your number, but also these are the rules. Like, if he does text you maybe during school hours or like after 8:30, just please let me know, or just let him know that he cannot be doing that. I just wanted him to be like on the same page as me. That's really all I said to him. And I feel like as an adult, that's what you do to the other, you know, whenever you're co-parenting, to the other parent. I thought Anthony was gonna text him like right away, but he didn't. Like, it took him a few months to even text to his dad that was his phone number. I did not think I was gonna be that bothered by the fact that they have communication, because whenever you're stuck in a situation where you have raised your kids, of course, alongside my mom and my sister have helped me. Like, they're the only people who have ever helped me. My family has helped me with my children. Nobody, like, his family has not helped me at all, hasn't sent me a dime. They sent them Christmas gifts, and I will give him credit for that. Like, his stepmom has. But that's about all. Like, they have not worried about them. They have not cared for them in the way that I have, in the way that my family have. They have came around every once in a while and asked for them and stuff like that. So sometimes those people come in and they say stuff and to your kids, and I think that's what I find the hardest is like whenever their dad was just like, oh, I missed you guys, and like, I've been trying to get a hold of you guys, and I've been trying to like do this, I've been trying to do that, and like, I know he hasn't. He has my number. He has every ability to call, text, send stuff. He knows the address to send them to, because these are my kids. Like, one thing you do not mess with is my kids, period. Like, I'm like, how can you be there for your nephews, for your everyone else's kids besides your kid? And his excuse is me, of course. Like, for him, in his head, it's like me, the reason why he cannot be there. But it's literally just all him. I didn't think it was gonna bother me that much just hearing him tell his children, like, well, I've tried and I love you guys. And it's like, because I'm like, no, you don't really care about these kids. You don't know them. But then I also had to back off and be like, you know what, gotta give him a chance to change. I feel like I need something pinky to mix with it, because it's like so gray. Cute. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, he sent Leah some stuff for her birthday, which, you know, we were very thankful for. And he sent Anthony like a few bucks for like the book fair, which, you know, I'm thankful for. So I'm trying to keep an open mind here, and I want you guys to know that this is just the beginning of him talking to the kids and like coming back and trying to, like, I don't know what he's trying to do or not trying to do. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe he just wanted to say hi to his kids, send them a little something, and just forget them like he always does, which is really unfortunate. And I think that's where my blood starts to boil, and I just will never understand where he's coming from. I've literally tried putting child support on this man and he refuses to, and I just don't have the energy, or guys, I don't have the energy to go through like the courts. And I've always told him, like, bro, please take me to court, because I just don't care to. I just don't care to. Or literally, like, financially, I'm not able to do that. I take care of my children. I have to pay for stuff. I don't have time to pay for a lawyer and courts and stuff like that. But I've always told them, like, if you really want to be in their lives, please take me to court. I mean, and at the end of the day, he doesn't have to take me to court. He just has to learn how to have conversations, adult conversations with me. Because I think that's the thing that bothers me the most. And it's crazy because I just now realize asking that from him is a lot. But what else? Like, I'm human. I have feelings. I have to feel these things in order to move on. And that's why I'm being honest with you guys, because maybe, like, right now this is what I'm feeling. I think at the end of the day, my kids are going to realize who's really in their lives and who really cares about them. Because I just wish I could protect my kids forever and just be like, this man is just lying to you and just genuinely does not care about you guys. But also, you can't just tell a kid that. You can't just be like, he does not give a crap about you. So I don't know, I'm in a weird spot right now with that, and he still refuses to have a grown conversation with me. But if he's watching this video, or his family's watching this video, please tell him to please pitch in some way, shape, or form, because it ain't cheap raising kids. It's not cheap keeping them alive. And I know it sounds like, oh, you're just in it for the money, but sir, if you're not here to give them the time of day, if you're not here to give them anything besides maybe like a little kick because you called them, said you love them, say you miss them, I don't know, maybe you're trying to, I don't know, if you can't be consistent, if you can't really be in their lives, then at some point you have to be able to provide something. And he hasn't been able to do that, and it's unfortunate, because sir, karate classes are like $135, okay? Like, dancing classes, they ain't cheap. You know what I mean? Feeding them is not cheap. And I think that for me, like, I thought for so long that was too much to ask for, but it's not. It's not. They're your kids, okay? So it's like, at some point we gotta step it up. We gotta grow. I don't know, I'm just so over this kid stuff where I'm at in my life. I'm like, I'm ready to grow. Like, I've been growing. I'm grown. But like, I'm so over this, like, hard feelings. No, suck it up. Alrighty guys, so as you guys saw, the camera died on me, so I had to stop talking about the whole baby daddy situation because your girl was getting really passionate. So I'm kind of thankful that the camera cut me off then and there. If you guys are wondering, I'll give you guys like a little update. Now it's kind of like, doesn't matter anymore to me that they speak, because that my kids and my baby daddy speak, because it's not really happening anymore. It's just like a few texts here and there, and I think not very many calls, but we do have like a 2-hour time difference. So their dad lives somewhere else, and it's like 2 hours, I believe, back than where we are right now. So it is hard for them to communicate. Like I've always said, I wanted to be honest and transparent, so I don't want to make it seem like he just doesn't call them. Maybe he can't, because by the time he's out of work, it's time for the kids to go to bed and things like that. So I don't know. And he doesn't communicate with me, like I said, in order for me to know kind of why he doesn't call or why he doesn't do what he should be doing. He doesn't communicate that with me, so it's hard for me not to make things up in my head, because I'm like, I want a reason, and so do his children. Like, why can't you take care of them, and why can't you help out just a little bit? But other than that, I'm over it. Like, I'm over the pettiness. I'm over how I was feeling, because at the end of the day, like, I have really amazing kids, and how I was feeling then was like not, like, I was just taking it very personally, and I was like, I don't know, it's hard to share your children that you've raised forever, you know, on your own with the help of my mom and my sister, and then kind of see somebody just come in and, you know, do what they want. My chest is so red. I hate talking about this, like anything that has to do with this, but I want you guys to know it was really hard for me to upload it, because I've actually filmed so many videos just venting to you guys, but I always delete them because I feel like people are gonna think that I'm asking for, I don't know, some, like, for them to feel sorry for me. So I always delete them. You guys don't even understand. There's been videos where I've, like, been in tears and talking to you guys about, like, you know, other things and stuff like that. So I always delete them, and I was like on the verge of deleting this one, but I'm like, honestly, genuinely, it's not that terrible as I'm beating myself up about it. It's not, I'm not that emotional to where it's like I'm crying on camera. It was more of like, you know, a lot of like anger that's built up. So, but I tried to channel it through. So I hope you guys did see through my emotions, and hopefully it kind of made sense, because it was a lot of jumbledness that was going on. So I hope you guys were able to see through all of that emotion, and it kind of made sense of why I was feeling the way that I was feeling. Like I said, I have amazing children, and Tony is like my first love. Like, I love Tony. I love both of my kids so much, but Anthony is my firstborn. I look at him and I just, like, I don't know, he's so grown. He's so, like, he's just like my baby. Like, even though he's so grown, Tony's at an age whenever he says, "Mom, I love you," he genuinely means it. And he does such a good job at just reminding me that I'm doing a good job with him and with his sister. And I've truly raised an amazing child, because that's what's really helped me get through those feelings, because he will always be like, "Thank you, Mom, for taking me to karate," or "Mom, I really enjoy karate," or, like, you know, things like, "Oh, thanks, Mom, for taking me to my friend's house." Like, he will thank me, and he will say things that make me feel like, okay, I'm doing a good job, because he will really take time out of his day to be like, "Mom, I really appreciate this from you." So, you know, it's helped with my emotions. So Leah is 7, so she does have a different way. They're both different kids, so they have different ways of expressing themselves. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, I show off Aaliyah, like, what she does a lot more, because Aaliyah's is more like, she writes me lots of notes, and that's how she keeps me knowing that she loves me and she appreciates everything that I do for her. So she will write me little notes. So if you guys go on my Instagram, follow me on there, she's always like putting little notes in my vanity, or like on my bed, or I'll wake up to it, like, you know, like on the table for Mom. And so that's the way that I feel like she shows her love for me, and she writes me a lot of notes, and usually it's a lot of sweet stuff that she writes on them. So I'm very thankful that she's also able to express that to me. So with all of that, I feel very blessed to have children who show their love and affection to me, both completely different. If you guys are wondering, Anthony's not an on-camera type of guy. Like, he is my live in the moment type of guy, so he's very much like in the moment. So he'll tell me things, like he'll do things for me like in the moment. Leah is very much like, "Can you take a picture of me?" And she really likes like on camera, like she's okay with me posting her like on the gram. Tonio, not so much. He's more of like, "I want my own YouTube channel, but don't post me on yours, don't post me on your Instagram." So it's very rare the time that I get a picture, or you know, that he lets me upload something of him. So they're completely different kids, and I respect both of them 100%. So if you guys don't see as much of Tonio, it's not because I am favoring one or the other. It's just Tonio just prefers his alone time with me, and in the moment, like, I can take him out to eat. He loves dates with me, but don't capture it on anything. He likes for me to be very present talking to him. Leah just loves very like acts of love, so she just likes for me to be like, oh, I bought this for you, or oh, I did this for you, you know, or oh, I read this for you. So two different, completely different kids. So that's what's helped me get through this whole baby daddy situation. Believe it or not, my kids, my own kids, have helped me through it, and I just showed me that I'm doing the best that I can, and they genuinely see that mom is doing the best that I can. And at the end of the day, I'm not a perfect person, so I'm not sitting here talking smack on him, claiming I'm perfect or anything like that. I am far beyond perfect. So that's also why I don't like to upload these things, because I feel like I'm the last person to judge people. I'm the last person to make people feel bad or anything like that. So it just comes from a place of showing you guys that it's very normal to feel these feelings, and I'm human. So yeah, so with all that being said, now that I feel like I have talked to you guys a little bit more and it just doesn't seem like a bitter rant, that's it. If you guys have any advice for me, put it down in the comments down below. And that's it for this video. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. If you guys like this type of content, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified when we upload a new video. And I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.